Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Santadi Mataji, whenever you're ready, you can start Mataji.
Sure. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 68, The Marriage of Samba, text 1st to 18. Text 1. Sukdev Goswami said, O king, Jamavati's son Samba, ever victorious in battle, kidnapped Duryodhana's daughter Lakshmana from her Swamvar ceremony. Text 2. The angry Kurus, this ill-behaved boy has offended us, forcibly kidnapping our unmarried daughter against her will. Text 3. Arrest this ill-behaved Samba. What will the Vishnus do? By our grace they are ruling land that we have granted them. Text 4. If the Vishnus come here when they learn that their son has been captured, we will break their pride. Thus they will become subdued, like bodily senses brought under strict control. Text 5. After saying this and having their plans sanctioned by the senior member of the Guru's dynasty, Karna, Shal, Bhuri, Yagnaketu, and Suyodhana set out to attack Samba. Text 6. Seeing Duryodhana and his companions rushing towards him, Samba the great chariot fighter took up his splendid bow and stood alone like a lion. Text 7. Determined to capture him, the angry bowman, led by Karna, shouted at Samba, Stand and fight! Stand and fight! They came straight from him and showered him with arrows. Text 8. O best of the Kurus, as Krishna's son Samba was being unjustly harassed by the Kurus, the darling of the Yadu dynasty did not tolerate their attack any more than a lion would tolerate an attack by puny animals. Text 9 and 10. Twangling his wonderful bow, heroic Samba stuck with arrows with the six warriors headed by Karna. He pierced the six chariots with as many arrows, each team of four horses with four horses, and each chariot driver with a single arrow, and he similarly struck the great bowman who commanded the chariots. The enemy warriors congratulated Samba for this display of prowess. Text 11. But they forced him down from his chariot, and thereupon four of them struck his four horses. One of them struck down his chariot driver, and another broke his bow. Text 12. Having deprived Samba of his chariot during the fight, the Kuru warriors tied him up with great difficulty and then returned victorious to their city, taking the young boy and their princess. Text 13. O king, when the Yadavas heard news of this Sri Narada, they became angry. Urged on by King Ugrasen, they prepared for war against the Kurus. Text 14 and 15. Lord Balram, however, cooled the temperature of Prishni heroes who had already put on their armor. He who purifies the age of quarrel did not want a quarrel between the Kurus and Vrishnis. Thus, accompanied by Brahmanas and family elders, he went to Hastinapur on his chariot, which was as effulgent as the sun. As he went, he appeared like the moon surrounded by the ruling planets. Text 16. Upon arriving at Hastinapur, Lord Balram remained in a garden outside the city and sent Uddhav ahead to prove King Dhritarashtra intentions. Check 17. After he had offered proper respect to the son of Ambika, Dhritarashtra, and to Bhima, Drona, Bhalika, and Duryodhana, Uddhava informed them that Lord Balram had arrived. Text 18. Overjoyed to hear that Balram, their dearmost friend, they had come, they first honored Uddhav and then went forth to meet the Lord, carrying auspicious offerings in their hands. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Santati Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna and Rasa Candrika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Master Rupa.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Danvat Pranam. Thank you, Shantati Mataji, for reading the translations so very well. And thank you, Prabhuji, for giving me this opportunity so that I can also learn something from the most nectarian Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you, dear devotees, for assembling early in the morning to hear some katha from Bhagavatam. So before we get started, let's do our prayers. ॐ अज्ञानं तिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाखय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we are doing chapter number 68 and it is titled as The Marriage of Samba. Here we are seeing further in this chapter, we see Leela, beautiful Leela by Balaramji. And in the previous chapter also we had seen a beautiful Leela by Balaramji. So here in this, Sukadev Goswami is saying his not translation, his side of the story, addressing to the king, and he's saying that Jamvati's son Samba, he is a very, very strong personality in battlefield. He is son of Krishna in Jamvati, and his name is Samba. So Prabhupada has given a very beautiful description on the word Samba in Krishna book. Here he says, you see the word Samba is Sa plus Amba, right? So Amba over here means mother. And when it is connected with Sa means with. So it is with mother. So Prabhupada is teaching over here that Samba is a word given to a personality who is constantly attached to a mother. Prabhupada is using a word over here is who is very much also known as mother's pet. That is Samba. So Samba was really, really closely connected to his mother Jambavati. Prabhupada is also saying he is old when in his childhood. He has always been a naughty child. So, naughty child does not mean demoniac child. We have to understand naughty child is a child who is a little hyperactive. So, Samba is always been one of those hyperactive child, naughty in one way. He was really attracted to Lakshmana. She is the daughter of Duryodhana. And he really wanted to get married to her. That might have not been the case from Lakshmana's side. She was very, very eloquent personality, very, very well established in all the kalas, they say, and very beautiful. And she was a personality whom many people wanted to get married to. And hence, his father Duryodhana wanted to have a swayamvar for her where she can decide who her husband is going to be. So Swayamvar, as the name goes, we all know Swayamvar, Var is husband, and choosing the husband on your own, Swayam. So out of a big lot. right? This is how we have seen so many marriages takes place. We have seen Draupadi getting married to Arjuna like this. We have seen Mother Sita getting married to Sri Ramachandra like this. And we have also seen Rukmani having a swayamvar, which she was able to escape. Thank you to Krishna. So here, Duryodhana's daughter Lakshmana was kidnapped by Samba. Now, obviously, when your daughter gets kidnapped, you tend to be angry, and the Kauravas are really, really angry. It's like, how did he do it against her will? It is more like a kidnapping. Rukmani wasn't kidnapped, really. She was willing to go with Krishna. Here, Lakshmana had no such inclination towards Samba. So now all of them, all the people in Kauravas, here Prabhupada has given a nice line of discussion. He says Dhritarashtra was very angry. Bhishma, Vidhur, Arjun thought, Arjun, there's another one, thought it an insult to their family. And how could he even kidnap our child without even asking her? So they decided with a plan that this is very humiliating for our family and for our child. So we are going to capture this boy Samba. We know he is Krishna's son, but still we are going to capture Samba. How dare he? So, but they were like, should we kill him? It's like, no, 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 no. Now we cannot kill him. Killing is out of context now. Why? Because Samba has touched Lakshmana, and Lakshmana is an unmarried girl, now has to accept Samba as her husband, because at that time it was when a girl is touched by somebody else, nobody will accept her in marriage other than that person. So she has no other options left now. But they were still angry, and to get revenge, they wanted to put down the Yadu dynasty, like, put them to shame. Like, see, we even arrested your son. What a naughty son you have. See what we are tying him up and keeping. So the answer that they came up with was never to kill him, but to capture him. So now they're thinking in text number 4, if we see, if Vrishnis come here and they learn that their son has been captured, we will break their pride. So they are trying to break the pride of the Vrishnis from where Krishna is also there. When we have extensive amount of pride, this is a very, very common way of our thinking process. We can see examples like Hiranyakashipu always had pride and always thought that Vishnu is very pride, has a lot of pride. So I have to kill his pride. It is, Guru Maharaj always says, whatever you see in others is actually the reflection of your own self. So they wanted to kill down the pride of Vrishnis. We also see examples. Ravana also had a lot of pride that nobody can stand in front of me. What will monkeys and humans do? And they did everything. Then we see even Indradevta once had pride that I am like one of the most superior personality, because of which he disrespected his Guru Maharaj, and there was a downfall we see. So whenever we have any kind of pride, the next step is always downfall. So it is a great lesson for us to learn that when we feel that we might be acting in pride, we should then and there stop. And obviously, we will not accept that we are in pride. And that's why we have to have a good consultation. That, do you think I'm acting in pride? Because the next step is definitely falling down. We have seen this time and again from our Shastra, and also, if I'm not mistaken, in Bhagavad Gita, second chapter towards the end, we see a point discussed about pride also, how your buddhi gets illusioned thereafter. So here they want to break down the pride of the Vrishnis, because this, they think, is a very, very good way of taking revenge from Vrishnis for what Samba did. Here we go on to next verse. We'll keep talking about it like more like a story. So here, after saying this, they decided a plan of what there has to be done. And Prabhupada is saying here, Karna, Sala, Bhuri, Yagnaketu, and Duryodhan, obviously the father of the girl. These six people got together. They are all great yodhas. So the term that is used for them here in Krishna book, Prabhupada is saying that they are all Maharathis. So Maharathi is one person who is able to fight alone against 1,000 people. That person is Maharathi. Then there is one also category termed as Rathi. That person can fight a person, sorry, Ekarathi, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Then next category is Ekarathi. This person can fight um, equal warriors to him, at least 8. So it is the ratio of 8 is to 1. Maharathi was 1,000 is to 1. And then there is a Rathi. Rathi can also fight one-on-one really well. So these Kauravas assembled an army, small army, and it was being led by Karna. So because he cannot do Mahabharata, so he might as well do this. So Karna is leading this small troop, and there are Maharathis in this, and there are Ekarathis in this, and there are Rathis in this, and all of them are going against one boy, Samba. Samba, on the other hand, is also a Maharathi. And Prabhupada is explaining, I mean, he's Krishna's son. Krishna's son cannot be any less effulgent. But there are certain rules of a yuddha. A lot of chivalrousness is being described over here by Prabhupada in the Krishna book, how they fought. Quite a lot of description is there. So here Prabhupada is saying that there are certain rules of fight. When you fight, you have to be one-on-one. That is a perfect etiquette. And this is what we see a lot happen in Mahabharata also. So, but what they did was they all attacked him all together. Samba was a very, very strong personality. So he stood on his chariot all alone, facing the whole army, and he gave a real hard time to the entire army that had come. The army itself, including Duryodhana, uh, Karna, Sala, and everybody, were actually within themselves complimenting him that this is a really great warrior. This is no Tom, Dick, and Harry. Because he is giving hard time to all of us, and we are also Maharathis, and we are not able to conquer one personality. So he is like supremely powerful. He gave them a real hard time, but eventually he did get captured. So here you see in verse number 7, they say, determined to capture, the angry bowmen led by Karan shouted at Samba, stand and fight, stand and fight. What is this, dear devotees? This is challenging. When a Kshatriya is challenged for any activity, that Kshatriya who's been challenged has no capacity to refute it. Because if you refute that challenge, you are no longer considered as Kshatriya. Kshatriyas, as per their dharma, have to accept challenges. And this is one of the questions that arises in our mind very so often. Why did Yudhishthir Maharaj have to accept the challenge of playing the gambling match with the Duryodhans? He could have just said no, and nothing wrong would have happened. And then sometimes we tend to blame, oh, it is all because of Yudhishthir Maharaj. No, dear devotees. Any personality in Kshatriya category challenged has to fulfill the challenge, has to accept the challenge. And even Yudhishthira Maharaj at that time was challenged for playing the gambling match, though he didn't want to, though he did not know how to, but he still had to out of the obligations of being a Kshatriya. Samba here is challenged too, and he is going to do a great job. He did stand there, he fought like a ferocious lion, but again, he was eventually captured. So here, how did they capture him is also given very nicely, and Prabhupada has described it in a very nice, beautiful detail. He says of the six warriors, there are six warriors, Maharathis that we spoke. Four took to kill Samba's four horses, and then one struck down the chariot driver, and then the last one, he actually sat down and broke Samba's bow and arrow. Prabhupada is saying they had to break it because they had no other choice. Because how ferocious this personality was, they were sure even if we leave him without the chariot and the horses, he's still going to end up defeat us. So let's break the things only that he has. So Prabhupada says that this is how they got him arrested and then they tied him down. And then this story, this Leela was further carried forward by our Srila Narada Muni. Narad Muni comes into the picture and he gives the information that uh, Samba has been captured to the Vrishni dynasty. And he was, here we see, yeah, text number 13, O king, when the Yadavas heard the news from Sri Narada, they became angry, urged on by King Ugrasen. Now they are preparing for a war against Kurus. See, there has already been misdeed where there was kidnapping. Then they came to fight and capture. Now Yadavas are also going to go and have a war. But Sri Lord Balaram, he did not like this idea. And here Prabhupada is explaining very beautifully. He says, although Lord Balram knew very well that the slightest of provocation, people are very much prepared to fight with one another in age of Kali, he did not like the idea of two dynasties fighting with each other. He felt like Kalyug, who still has to just come in very less time, has already come. And people have started behaving like that. And he completely disliked the atmosphere of Kali Yuga. And don't we see this, devotees? We don't even need the slightest provocation. I think we are all agitated and ready to fight any given point of time. This is the wrath of Kalyug unto us, and how easily we surrender to being provocated. So Balaram ji, he was very upset, and he said, "See, before fighting, first let me go. I will go and let me talk." Obviously, nobody can say no to Balramji because, again, that being said, that he did not like how agitated people were. He is also the one who gets angry very quickly and comes to a conclusion very quickly, unlike Krishna. Krishna likes to play games, and Balramji does not. So what he did was he got ready. He got few brahmanas along with him for sound advice. He got along few kingsmen with him, and then he also had Uddhav with him. And he had all these paraphernalia people around him, and they started approaching Hastinapur so that they could go ahead and talk over them. So why has he taken learned priests and brahmana with him? What is the point? I mean, he's Balaram, Bhagavan. Why does he need advice? This is a good example being set in front of us whenever there is a matter, you may say, or a situation. It is always very good to take advice from a senior person, from a learned personality. It is always good to have a little bit spiritual guidance in anything you are doing. It really helps you. So here Balramji is not going to get bewildered and take wrong decisions. He's Bhagavan. But he's setting an example for us, yad yad acharati shrestha. So here we see after this, they approached and they approached in front of Hastinapur. They did not enter Hastinapur. Balramji sent Uddhav, please go inside and let them know that I have arrived to talk to them. Here, he was, Uddhav was taken on very nicely, not like how Angad was taken on by Ravana, not like that. He was respected very well, and he informed Bhishma, Drona, Bahilika, everybody that Balramji has come here to meet you. And here we see, very interesting, overjoyed to hear that Balram, their dearmost friend, had come. They first honored Uddhav and then went forth to meet the Lord, carrying the auspicious offerings in their hand. So this is our last verse. So here they went ahead to invite Balramji. Interesting, right? They love Balramji, but not as much Krishna. But here, why do they love Balramji? They know that he is a well-wisher for them. Balramji was also teacher of all the Kauravas for Kushti. Kushti is also a form of battle, right? That you can play, you can use in battles. So he had trained all the Kauravas. Hence, Balramji also had a slight soft corner for Duryodhana because he was a very good student of Balramji. And this is also the reason why Balramji does not attend Mahabharat Yuddha. He says, I would rather go because he did not want to see any harm happening to our Pandavas, but at the same time, no harm happening to the Kauravas. So he hence left at that time. But here, right now, everybody is very happy to learn that Balramji has come to meet them, and they are not saying, oh, call him inside. No, they are going to meet him outside with all the beautiful auspicious paraphernalia so that they can welcome him inside. Prabhupada has given a little description that they bought outside now nice beautiful cows, agraha. Agraha is a mixture of arti water, assortments of honey, butter, flour, sandalwood pulp, and this was all for glorification of Sri Balrama. They bent down, paid their obeisances, were very happy. Older personalities were giving hug to Balramji, and they were very overjoyed when they saw Balramji over here. With this, we will end our discussion for today. We will continue the rest of the chapter tomorrow. It's very interesting what happens next. So please, dear devotees, stay tuned. We will end right now. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rasa Candrika Mataji. Hare Krishna.